who the fuck did I become friends with?
My mom was way too jealous to ever introduce me to any sort of behaviors that would have made me better than her in any way.
And Vanessa was like, you're the Tila.
Don't invite me to no girls trips. Don't invite me to none of that shit because girls be weird.
Some girls will literally be friends with you to be in competition with you.
I'm not a girl's girl, and I have no shame in admitting that, and neither should you. It's a lot of women out here who have no shame in hurting other women as much as men do. And it's a lot of women out here who have no business being in a friendship, relationship, or any type of motherhood because they don't even have a proper relationship with themselves.
Not everybody is your friend. This girl named Maya was killed after she was hit and ran over by a car full of her friends, okay? They were out enjoying their night, driving around, and at a red light, Maya got out the car, joking around, and she started twerking. Do you know when that light turned green, they ran that girl over? Dragged her body, didn't even stop when they realized that they ran her over. She never had a chance. And earlier during the night, she texted another friend and said, I should have left with you because apparently 2 out of the 3 girls were acting funny towards her. Not everybody is your friend, yo. Be careful who you surround yourself with because a lot of people are jealous. Those have to be some ugly, ugly spirits to run over a girl while her back is facing you. She was joking around, dancing, twerking, enjoying herself, and y'all killed her, dragged her. I am pissed. When I read that story, I was like, what is this?
What I want to talk about is Miss Blue Ivy. I remember when the whole world was dragging Blue Ivy when she was a baby, saying that she was ugly, you know, comparing her to Northwest. And you even had people, men, who wanted to be women participating in this foolishness. But for the most part, it was women or women adjacent or aligned people who was disrespecting Beyonce and Blue Ivy. And it's so funny how these people would disrespect her and yet copy her at the same time, which is something that a lot of women will do. They'll copy you and they'll be inspired by you while simultaneously disrespecting everything that you've built and worked hard for. Another thing is a lot of people are insecure, and relationships only trigger whatever insecurities that you have going on. So if you're somebody who is leveling up, you're losing weight, you're gaining weight, if you feel like you're really skinny, you want to get kind of curvy. You're somebody who is changing careers. You're somebody who is finally seeing the fruits of your labor. Whatever the case may be, if that makes an insecure person insecure, there's nothing you could do. There's no amount of niceness. There's nothing that can soothe the insatiable wound that's there. It's not yours to fill.
I am not one. I am not a girl's girl. Don't care. I don't be liking you bitches. And the reason why is because even though I am not that, what I am is a nice girl. Very nice. I have always been a nice girl. I'm too nice sometimes to a fault. And you bitches be conniving as fuck, envious as fuck, and weird as fuck. Unprovoked. And God forbid, do not let it be over one of these no vocab, booger eating, can't get a pencil in their name ass men. Because a bitch will go to hell and drag you right the fuck down with her.
A lot of people are too dysfunctional and lack any real self-awareness for a functioning relationship. That includes female relationships. That includes relationships with your children. That includes relationships with men. If you're a woman that's into women, that also plays a part as well. Now, I do believe in energy and people attracting exactly what they are, like I mentioned in my last video talking about this book and energy siphoning. Energy siphoning does not happen just from men to women. It can happen from woman to woman as well if the woman is operating on a low vibrational frequency. And a lot of women don't realize that they are unconsciously, energetically draining. Now, that doesn't mean I hate women, because this is not a pick-me video or channel. It's very unfortunate that a lot of women are going through this, because as somebody who does have girlfriends who are on the same wavelengths as I am, it's a very wonderful experience to be able to be friends with other women who are confident and mature and who want to pour into you the same way you love pouring into them. What I'm saying is being hyper aware and hyper selective about the people you let into your life, there's nothing wrong with that. And I think that's what people mean by I'm not a girl's girl. I think when people say that, they mean I'm not just for any girl, and any girl is not just for me. I'm very aware. I'm very conscious. I'm very mindful about the energy that I have, and I'm going to be very aware and conscious about the energy of other people.
Something's wrong.
You're nuts.
Something's wrong.
Get out of my face.
Something's wrong. I'm going to stay in your face.
I like it.
I'm going to stay in your face.
love it, actually. You know you wouldn't laugh. You do.
Another girl that can be your biggest hater is your mom. You know, a lot of us aren't blessed like Rumi and Blue to have Beyonce and Tina as a mother and grandmother. Unfortunately, a lot of us got left with the Tokyo Tony. Now, I'm not saying this is my mom. I just know that there's a lot of women out there who are struggling with themselves because they have a toxic, insecure mother.
Blocked me recently because I bust her out about a few things, and I'm gonna continue to do it.
About how she treats you?
No, I don't care about that. I'm over that. I never have to see her another day in my life. I'll be fine with that. No.
Okay. So, are you proud of China?
I used to be.
I mean, what about her transformation?
What transformation?
Her finding God, and she's transformed from Black China to Angela. Angela, her last name's White.
Okay, let's start. You really want this?
I do.
Like I said before, just like a lot of these men need to be left alone, they don't need to procreate, they don't need to be in a relationship, they don't need to be friends with other people, is the same way how some of these women do not need to be friends with anybody. They don't need to be anybody's mom. They just need to be left alone, because all they're going to do, if the child is not aware, they're going to project all their feelings onto the child. The child is going to have to grow up unlearning and relearning, or if the child does not learn, it's going to be a menace to society.
Beyonce is a person of interest. She's just not a person of my motherfucking interest. Beyonce does not ooze selflessness. She doesn't ooze familiarity. She doesn't ooze the everyday, average whatsoever. Okay? Now, me not liking what somebody do and somebody's music, two different things. She didn't write this. The fuck? The bitch didn't write the song. Okay? She get a phone, like all the music artists, and they send it to them, along with them singing it, so they can know how it should be sang.
Now, what you just saw was a visual representation of how a lot of women operate. You could be a woman that is minding your business, trying to grow better, do better, and you will still have a low vibrational woman hiding in the bushes, waiting to take away from all of your accomplishments. You could be as accomplished as Beyonce, somebody who has been doing this their entire lives and is a professional, and yet some woman out there will completely discredit you and tell you that your accomplishments mean nothing.
Nothing about this motherfucker is intriguing. I mean, really, put a pair of plain gym shorts, her hair in a ponytail, and put her down beside any bitch. Good God Almighty. Why she gotta keep having a fan blowing? Keep that demon down, huh? That motherfucking demon be sizzling.
It's always women like this who can barely help themselves, but they look at you who can help yourself, and they expect for you to do everything for them. Honestly, you have to look at the source of the woman. People who are really at peace with themselves can allow for peace to exist. Meaning, I have a star that shines so bright that I can see it. So when I see it in other people, I want you to see it too. I want you to shine too. Your confidence doesn't take away from my confidence. Your beauty doesn't take away from my beauty. People who are happy with themselves can allow for happiness to exist. And when you really look at the lives of a lot of these women, a lot of women out here are absolutely miserable. And that misery runs deep for a lot of people. When the Tokyo Tonys of the world sees somebody like Beyonce who is just resting in her energy, it triggers them. It makes them angry, it makes them upset. They don't know what to do or how to do it. So they project onto you, and they don't know how to regulate their dysfunction, but they expect for you to regulate their dysfunction. And you need to pull a Beyonce and understand that you don't owe people shit. You don't owe people anything. You give them absolutely nothing.
You trying to fuck me, bro? Why would I fuck you? You want me to eat your pussy?
Why would I want you to eat my pussy?
Why would I want your dirty hell, bro?
Why would I want your dirty ass,
bro?
Beyonce would never, okay? Again, you really have to look at the source of these people and understand that it's a lot of dysfunctional women out here. Not just men, but women as well. And one more thing before I move on. I just want to say shout out to Beyonce, her mom, and her daughters for showing the world what it's like to have a healthy support system. We've literally watched Beyonce grow from a child into our very eyes, into adult, and now she herself has had children and is passing her torch down and pouring into her children's geniuses. And having a healthy mom and support system can make all the difference between a girl growing into everything she can be and more, and a girl turning into a miserable, angry woman that is out here to harm other women. And you know, I'm glad they have Beyonce as a mom, because they have the perfect protector and teacher to teach them how to say fuck y'all for real.
Vanessa was like, "You're the Tila about me," and she said, Vanessa said, she was telling me not to do Dirty Truth or Dare. She was like, "But not doing Dirty Truth or Dare is like Tila." And then I was
shout out to Martin Lewis. This is where I got my receipts from. Now, the last thing I want to bring up is the Simply Nessa and Chandler drama. I'm not going to go into too much detail. If you know, you know. But this is just a prime example as to why people do not want to be friends with other people. Girls don't want to be friends with other girls. And why you need to be very discerning about the people you let into your life. Okay, you mean to tell me that while you're in a friend group with a person that calls you a friend, they have no problem with calling you the N-word? But and even though this is old tea, this is old drama, I'm pretty sure people have grown up and whatever they like to claim. This is the type of stuff that women deal with from other women. And it's so sad and disgusting. And we can't even forget to mention the girls' trips. The I stole your man. The, I lied on you at work. All the things that women that you can easily do a TikTok search on have shared with, as they had experiences with random women and their quote unquote girlfriends. So to that, I would say once again, I understand why girls do not want to be friends with other girls. There's no such thing as a girl's girl. And I think what people are really looking for are mature, mentally and emotionally stable women who are happy with themselves. People who are happy, they don't go around making other people's lives miserable and unhappy. People who are at peace, they can create peace. People who are okay with who they are, they can allow for other people to be okay with who they are. And unfortunately, in society, a lot of people in general, not just women, but people in general are not okay with who they are.
You're not crazy. That girl is jealous of you. See, because we done built cities, irrigation systems, and internet, we think we way above the lizard part of the brain. But you're not, though. And a lot of times, we still move very much like other things in the animal kingdom. Except we way worse because we have something called societal norms. AKA, you gotta learn how to play the game. You gotta learn how to be polite. That's where the passive aggressiveness with a lot of women comes in. Especially towards other women. See, amongst men, it's always low-key a tiny little threat of violence. Like if things ever got too crazy, we might just duke it out. That's not there amongst women, so that's not the way that they move. Instead, a jealous woman might do something like this. Click up with the other girls at work and exclude you somehow. Maybe whenever y'all joking around, they always find a way to bring things back around to you and make you the butt of a joke somehow. Maybe she do a whole lot of backhanded compliments. The list of things that she could do are endless. It's gonna always be under the guise that she's playing. No. Don't take what she's doing too serious. She don't mean it like that. You're being too sensitive. A lot of women bully other women on a daily basis. But check this out. There is one equalizer. It's called FAFO. F around and find out. Nothing makes my heart warmer than when you see that girl who's been doing the bullying get pressed by the one she's been bullying. And it don't even take that much to really press them. It takes a little bit of confrontation. Baddies got y'all thinking that most women out here wanting to fight. No, they're not. That's why when they get checked on that, it stops immediately. Suddenly you just stop seeing her. She always busy. It's because you done eliminated the one thing that her jealousy thrives on. Putting you down to boost her ego. Check these hoes. Check them.